So today we're out enjoying some of the fantastic roads here in Crete. And while we're riding, I want to talk about something that I've noticed over many years of motorcycling, advanced riding and rider training. Something that separates average riders from genuinely exceptional ones. And the surprising thing is, it's got very little to do with motorcycle skill. Hi folks, Carl here from Let's Ride Bikes, the Advanced Riding Academy. So let me ask you a question. Why is it that some riders seem completely relaxed no matter what the road throws at them? Tight bends, heavy traffic, poor weather, long distance touring, busy group rides, and while other riders seem constantly busy, constantly tense and constantly working hard just to keep up, I've ridden with hundreds if not thousands of riders over the years, from complete beginners to police class 1 riders, and I've noticed that the best riders of all tend to do one thing differently. One simple mental habit that makes them smoother, safer, less fatigued and often quicker than riders who are working much harder. And today I'm going to share exactly what that mindset is. So most riders believe that improvement comes from developing physical skills, better cornering, better braking, better machine control, and those things absolutely matter. But one of the biggest limitations most riders face isn't physical, it's mental. Many riders are trying to ride the next 10 miles. They're thinking about the destination, the next fuel stop, the rider in front, the rider behind, the overtake they want to make, the next village, the next cafe, the weather forecast, the sat-nav. And before they know it, the mind is miles ahead while the bike is still dealing with what's happening right now. And that creates pressure, and pressure creates mistakes. So here's the mindset trick. Professional riders ride the next 5 seconds. Not the next 5 miles, the next 5 seconds. Now before anyone says, advanced riders look further ahead than that, you're absolutely right, they do. Roadcraft is built around gathering information early and developing a plan. But mentally, they're focused on what's immediately relevant. What information matters now? What is developing now? What's the motorcycle doing now? What's the road telling me now? They're fully present. They're not distracted by ego. They're not distracted by trying to impress people. They're not distracted by trying to keep up. They're focused on information. And information drives good decisions. So let's use cornering as an example. Many riders enter a bend thinking emotionally, I hope I get round this. I need to keep up. I went through the last one quickly. I don't want to lose the rider ahead. None of those thoughts help you negotiate the bend. A skilled rider is thinking very differently. What's the limit point doing? Can I see further into the bend? What's the road surface like? Are there any hazards developing? Is my position helping my view? What's important over the next few seconds? And that's where their attention is focused. And because they're focused on useful information, the riding naturally becomes smoother. And this becomes even more important when riding in groups. One of the biggest causes of riders getting into trouble is trying to keep up. The rider in front disappears slightly, the pace increases, the pressure builds up, and suddenly they're no longer riding the road, they're riding the rider, and that's dangerous. Professional riders understand something important. You don't have to keep up, you have to arrive. Ride your ride, focus on your information, focus on your plan, focus on the next few seconds. And if somebody disappears into the distance, you'll see them at the next junction. Much better than trying to exceed your own limits. Now, I see exactly the same thing on motorcycle tours. Many riders mentally exhaust themselves long before they're physically tired. They're worrying about arrival times, fuel, hotels, weather, ferry crossings, traffic, schedules. The whole trip is running round and round inside the head. Experienced tour riders simplify everything. They stop mentally wrestling with the entire journey, and instead they focus on this road, this bend, this overtake, this situation, one moment at a time, and it dramatically reduces fatigue. And why it works? Motorcycles demand presence. You can't ride well while mentally being somewhere else. And here's the interesting part. Confidence usually follows focus. And many riders believe that they need confidence first. In reality, when you focus on the right things, observations improve, planning improves, decision making improves, smoothness improves, and confidence grows naturally from all of that. And that's why truly skilled riders often appear calm. They're not fighting the bike, they're simply focused on what matters. So here's a simple exercise I'd like you to try on your very next ride. Whenever you feel rushed, distracted, or under pressure, relax your shoulders. We've spoke about this before. Take a breath out and ask yourself, what matters in the next 5 seconds? Not the next village, not the next fuel stop, not the next hour, just what matters in the next 5 seconds. And focus on your position, your vision, any hazards, the information available to you, control, and you'll be amazed how quickly your riding settles down. So after many years of riding and training riders, I've become convinced of one thing. The smoothest riders aren't necessarily the most talented riders. They're often the riders who think most clearly. Motorcycling isn't about aggression. It's about observation, awareness, planning, control, and staying in the present. The best riders in the world aren't thinking further ahead than everyone else. They're simply better at focusing on what matters right now. And that's a skill that every one of us can develop. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel and helps more riders discover the content. And if you're new here, consider subscribing and turning on notifications for future videos covering roadcraft, advanced riding, touring and other motorcycle skills. And if your version of YouTube has got the hype button available, I'd really appreciate your support there as well. And if you'd like exclusive content, coffee and roadcraft videos, coffee and kilometre videos, behind the scenes projects, route planning discussions, rider Q&As and direct access to me through our growing community, take a look at the Patreon page using the link above or in the description and pinned comment. Thanks for watching, ride safe, ride smart and let's ride bikes.